protect them fully. We pray, Father God, for their success in every way, for we pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
All right, thank you, Elder Mutuli, for the prayer. Now I have a chance to welcome our able chairman, Dr. Dan Atambo. Dr. Atambo has is actually the founder, if I can say that. He has worked really hard to make TEXKEN what it is, together with the board. We are quite a few of us, and we thank you for what you do and what you're doing for the kids. So this Dr. Dan Atambo, our chairman, Dr. Ali.
Thank you, Jeremiah. Good evening, everyone. Good evening again. Yeah, please feel welcome to this sixth annual graduation gala. TEXKEN has been around for you, as you can, from the 6th, you can hear, or you can tell how long it has been there. It got registered in 2016, September. It's a 501c3, a charitable organization whose mission is to promote education in the community by offering scholarships, mentoring, networking, recognizing graduates annually like what we are going to do today, and also exchanging knowledge. I hope today we are going to learn from each other in a way of exchanging knowledge. I would like to introduce the board of TEXKEN. Before I give a history, how we have been doing since we started. Like I said, I'm the chair, and then Jeremiah Manduku there is the secretary. There is a vice secretary or assistant secretary who is not with us. She traveled to Kenya. Her name is Clementine Monda. We have Mishak Boraya, is the vice chair. Mishaki, maybe you can stand. And then we have Evans Monene there. Evans is our treasurer. Now, the board is composed of 11 able people. We have the members now who make the board strong. Dr. Eddie Mairura is one of the board members. I guess he's the youngest, and his wife, Selina. I don't know where Selina is. Can I see where you are? She's down there. They are the youngest, and they make our group and be energized. And then we have Ernest Muchama, Grace, if you can stand, Grace Nyandika, she's down there. She's also a member. And the last three, but not least, Ebo Nyawaji is also a board member. And these are the people who have been working for this event today. Now, as I said earlier, the organization was registered in 2016. Most of our activities we have done are graduation galas, mostly, and maybe a few bit of scholarship which comes with the graduation gala. One time we organized an event whereby the college students were sharing their experiences in college in regard to how do they finance their education in college, and it was great. That time it was a Zoom meeting, and we had all these students from other areas who not necessarily from this community. Now, our first graduation gala was 2017. At that time, we only gave certificates, like recognized them, high school, I guess even college we were recognizing them that time, but we are mostly recognizing the high school students who are going to college. 2018, now we started thinking of a scholarship. Now, I would guess that the highest amount we gave that time was $500. I can't remember the student we gave, but that was the highest amount we gave. 2019, we advertised. Nobody applied. I remember my son was there, he never applied. There was another boy there, they never applied. And of course, that's how Dr. Eddie came in, and he said, Dan, unless you want to give yourselves these scholarships, where are these young people? So that's when Eddie kind of like the frontier to come and work with us to see if we can energize the young people here to be motivated to apply for scholarships. Now, 2020, we kind of improved a bit. We gave about, I guess, 1,200, a total of about that much. Now, last year, now we had to say we need to give more money now. Of course, we had some support from various donors, and we gave a total of $3,500. And the highest applicant got 2,000. I guess that was like, I would say, that was like, it was a good thing. It was motivational. And last year, we had the 8 candidates apply, and those who returned the forms, they were about 5, I guess, or less. Now, this year, we had 11 candidates request for the forms. 6 returned the forms. They say, we are interested to apply for the scholarship. And then we send the forms to them. Only 6 returned the filled forms. Of course, we had announced a scholarship, a total scholarships of up to 4,000. But of course, we had so many donors, and we raised a lot of money. Of course, we can't use all the money this year. We don't know about next year, but we keep going, and hopefully, we are going to improve. Now, as you can see, we are improving. All we need are people to volunteer and encourage our community, especially the young people, to apply for these scholarships. There are so many out there. If they can't apply this one, which is in their community, do we expect them to apply the ones which are in college or outside there? So that's the thing we like to request our community members to kind of participate by giving, donating, and also encourage the young people to come and apply and also attend forums like this. Now, I think I've spoken so much. I would like to kind of stop here before somebody else comes. But I wanted to give an overview of what you expect tonight. The first thing which is going to take place from here, we are going to go into small groups, and these groups will be based on our areas, either business, law, nursing, health, all these professionals. Mishak Bora is going to tell us what to do. After that, it will be a very short session. Maybe it will be 20 to 30 minutes. After that, we'll have a spotlight. We have a few of us, which will be led by our sister there, Serena. She's going to come and call a few, maybe there are 3 or 4 professionals or even business people around here who will come forward and share with us how they have come this far in their profession. Thereafter, we have our keynote speaker. His name is Daniel Mofo. Dr. Head is going to introduce him. I guess they are friends. We will have an interactive session with him. You know, when you have keynote speakers, sometimes you expect them to come and give a speech. But today we do it differently. It's going to be interactive. After the keynote speaker, we shall have awards. We will award it a scholarship or at least a certificate. And thereafter, we'll be done with the program today. We believe it's going to take us about 2 hours or even less. Thank you, welcome, and feel at home. Elder Borai, are you the one who is going next?
Good evening. Good evening again. Thank you, Dr. Tambol, for those remarks. Indeed, we have come far. We have moved quite a bit from the year 2016, September, to where we are today. I thank you all for coming this evening. We don't have much time. I want to start right away. We have got about 5 groups, 20-minute session, led by professionals. I want to start right away by Florence. Please raise your hand, Florence. That table is reserved for the law or legal professionals. And in this case, I have Dr. Loneka. I have Dr. Selina, please, you could walk there now. What we do is this. Hold on. Go there. We go table to table to ask questions of your interest. You are interested in law, go talk to them. You're interested in the medical field, engineering, business, we have them all here. So that table there, we have where Florence is, we have the legal professions. So that table right there. The table next to where, Grace, please raise your hand. That table right there, we have the medical team, please, headed by Dr. Becky. Becky, that's your table right there. Please, you could join her there. We are moving. In other words, we are moving. So we are all moving, whether you are a young fellow or a parent, talk, share, ask questions to the professionals. They will guide you, whatever you have. This is a discussion, kind of, 20 minutes only. The next one will be this table right here. We have businessmen here. Medical, I would like you to be here in Nyakundi for pharmacy. So Nyakundi will be in this table here for pharmacy. That is the health. Dr. Becky, please. Dr. Nyakundi, please be here. I think I have the engineering team, Donna Tambo. Jared, you are here. Oh, actually, remain where you are, Jared. Jared is here for engineering. Engineering, pharmacy, legal, medical, that's health. What am I remaining with? College students, the experience of college. Those who want to talk about college, what is the kind of life they lead in college, they are right here. Let's move. What do we want to do? Share ideas, ask questions. Let me again revisit. That is profession. That's legal. This is the health. This is the pharmacy. This is the engineering. Doctor, where you want to fit in any. If you are interested in the medical field, doctoral, that is where we go. Medical, real medical. Please raise your hand. What am I remaining with? Business, did I say business somewhere? No? So business will be, this is occupied here, occupied there, occupied here. We have business right here. Ms. Omoyo, please. Ms. Omoyo, raise your hand. That will be a table for business. Now. Yes. Okay. Yep. Dr. Banis, dentist, please. Dentist table right there. Let's start. Let me repeat again. We have pharmacy here. We have business here. We have the legal professionals there. We have the health here, doctor here, the medical, engineering here, college here, business here, business, legal, health, medical, pharmacy here, part of medical, but just kind of moved. Pharmacy, we have here engineering, we have here college experiences, dentistry.
Vivu ni adui mkubwa. mkubwa kwa ujenzi wa taifa, kwani ndicho kiini hasa kisababisha chonja. Ewe ndugu yangu we, amka kumekucha, kamata jembe na panga, twende shamba. Hata wewe mwanangu, amka kumekucha, kwani hizi ndizo saa za kwenda shule. Hata wewe karani, amka kumekucha, kwani hizi ndizo saa za kwenda kazi. Vivu ni adui mkubwa kwa ujenzi wa taifa, kwani ndicho kiini hasa kisababisha chonja. Ewe ndugu yangu we, amka kumekucha, kamata jembe na panga, twende shamba. Hata wewe mwanangu, amka kumekucha, kwani hizi ndizo saa za kwenda shule. Hata wewe karani, amka kumekucha, kwani hizi ndizo saa za kwenda kazi. Adui mkubwa kwa ujenzi wa taifa, kwani ndicho kiini hasa kisababisha chonja. Ewe ndugu yangu we, amka kumekucha, kamata jembe na panga, twende shamba. Hata wewe mwanangu, amka kumekucha, kwani hizi ndizo saa za kwenda shule. Hata wewe karani, amka kumekucha, kwani hizi ndizo saa za kwenda kazi. Uvivu ndio adui wa ujenzi wa taifa, jiepushe na uvivu, tujenge taifa. Ndugu yangu, kumekucha, amka twende shamba. Jiepushe na uvivu, tujenge taifa. Mwanangu, kumekucha, amka wende shule. Elimu ndio msingi wa maendeleo. Karate, kumekucha, amka wende kazi. Jiepushe na uvivu, tujenge taifa. Uvivu ndio adui wa ujenzi wa taifa, jiepushe na uvivu, wewe tujenge taifa. Ndugu yangu, kumekucha, amka twende shamba. Jiepushe na uvivu, tujenge taifa. Mwanangu, kumekucha, amka wende shule. Elimu ndio msingi wa maendeleo. Karate, kumekucha, amka wende kazi. Jiepushe na uvivu, tujenge taifa. Sasa imefika sasa. Amka we. Jitayarishe. Uende shule kijana. Sasa we mfanyi kazi. Jitahidi uamke na mapema. Time zako zimekwisha baba. Uende shule, uende kazi kila pahali.
Ujenzi wa taifa,
Jiepushe
na uvivu,
baba we.
jenge taifa.
Ndugu yangu
Kumekucha, amka wende shamba.
Jiepushe
na uvivu,
kaka.
jenge taifa.
Mwanangu
Kumekucha, amka wende shule.
Ndio elimu
Ndio msingi wa maendeleo.
Makarani
Kumekucha, amka wende kazi.
Jiepushe
na uvivu, tujenge taifa.
uvivu
Ndio adui wa ujenzi wa taifa.
Jiepushe
na uvivu, tujenge taifa.
ndugu yangu
Kumekucha,
baba.
amka twende shamba.
Jiepushe
na uvivu, tujenge taifa.
mwanangu
Kumekucha, amka wende shule.
ndio elimu
Ndio msingi wa maendeleo.
karate
Kumekucha, amka wende kazi.
Jiepushe
na uvivu, tujenge taifa. Samba. Samba. Wacha uvivu we.
Saa zimefika sasa, amka we, jitayarishe,
adui wa ujenzi wa taifa.
Jiepushe na uvivu baba we,
Tujenge taifa.
ndugu yangu kumekucha.
Amka wende shamba.
Jiepushe na uvivu kaka,
Tujenge taifa.
mwanangu
Kumekucha. Amka wende shule.
ndio elimu
Ndio msingi wa maendeleo.
makarani.
Kumekucha. Amka wende kazi.
Jiepushe
Na uvivu. Tujenge taifa.
uvivu
Ndio adui wa ujenzi wa taifa.
Jiepushe
Na uvivu. Tujenge taifa.
ndugu yangu
Kumekucha.
baba.
Amka twende shamba.
Jiepushe
Na uvivu. Tujenge taifa.
mwanangu
Kumekucha. Amka wende shule.
ndio elimu
Ndio
ndio
msingi wa maendeleo.
karate.
Kumekucha. Amka wende kazi.
Jiepushe
Na uvivu. Tujenge taifa. Samba. Samba. Wacha uvivu we.
And we are going to, there are snacks on my right. Snacks, water, a cup of tea. Just pick as you go to your seat, please. Get a snack. As in now with us. Thank you very much for your input, for your questions. As now we move in a minute with this. Water on my right. Settle down. Settle down. Now I call upon a family here of young fellows. I want to have Junior, please. He's going to give us some words of encouragement. This young fellow, we have seen him grow in our church, in our community. Young as he is, yet with full wisdom. As young as you may seem, let's give him undivided attention, please. Junior.
Word of encouragement. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition, thanksgiving, and present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. This is a word of encouragement to all the students. Thank you.
Thank you. Next will be Sister KB. KB will give us a poem. KB.
My name is KB. Never stop learning. On this your On this your TEXKEN Day, all stand and give cheer to honor you for all the work you've done to get you here. As we rise and give applause, be sure you don't forget that learning is not over as your future plans are met. May you always be a listener and learn from all you meet. Always keep a student spirit and your life will be complete. Thank you.
Thank you, KB. Please give her one more time. Thank you. Wait, now comes up Casey. Casey is a well-known, she can play piano very well, any equipment. But today, she wants to play for us a violin. She gets in. Let's have some share ideas about college experiences. Really, we're here for the youth. The youth are bound for college. So as they go to college, let's have some fellows who have had experience in college tell us what their lifestyle is and how they are made it this far. So this time I'm calling upon some college fellows who will come talk to us and share to us what their experiences are. And here comes Casey. Now, next session, Selena takes up from here now. She'll guide us on what we do next. Selena Mairura.
Alrighty, the next section we have is Career Spotlight. We will have a few speakers talk about their experience from college to dentistry and mental health. So I'll just say them in order so they know when they're coming. So the first person to speak will be Eugene, Ruth, Kristen Barnes, and then Becky Opar. So Eugene.
Hello, good evening, guys. Not too long ago, I was going into college. Now I'm about to graduate, which is kind of weird. But I'm here to talk about my experiences that I've had over my short college lifespan. This is mainly speaking to the people that are going to be first-year college students, and you really don't know what to expect. as you're moving on to a different place. So I'd like to say that like what's really important when you're first starting out is like write down everything, whether it be a journal. I didn't personally do that my first year, and it kind of I was caught off guard by the how fast the semester moves. People tell you it's welcome week and you don't need to worry about any of your homeworks, anything like that. And then the next weekend you have 5 homework assignments due in one day. So you have a long Sunday night ahead of you. So don't listen to any of the welcome week talks. Saying make sure you write down everything. Know when your assignments are due. Look over your syllabus. And that's really one of the most important things with the syllabus. Get your syllabus as soon as you get it. And then write down when all your tests are, all your homeworks, and everything. And one thing I say that really helps your grade is your tests. Because most professors, they set up the classes and like 60 to 70% of your grade is your midterms. So people think, oh, I got good homework grades, I'm gonna have a good grade at the end of the semester. But you get a bad grade on one of your midterms, now you can't even get an A. No matter what you do, if you get all hundreds on the rest of the midterms, nothing you can do about it. So I say really focus on the midterms. Like even if you get like average homework grades, make sure you're studying really hard in your midterms. Start 2 weeks ahead. Don't start the 3 days before like sometimes I do. 2 weeks, give yourself at least 2 weeks to study midterms, and you should do good. So yeah, just, it's experience. You have to learn from your mistakes and it's trials, but go into it with a positive mindset and you should finish and hang around the right people, and then you should get through college. It flashes by. Next thing you know, you're about to graduate and helping the next generation of students.
Hi, my name's Ruth, and I recently finished my freshman year in college. So my biggest tips, if you're starting college, make use of the first week. A lot of people don't want to talk to people, or they get nervous. No, talk to everybody, your professors, get to know them, because when it comes down the road, and everyone has their own friends, or speaking from personal experience, the third week, everyone knows their schedule, they have their own friends, and I guess if you don't go out and into the campus and try to make friends, get to know your professors, then you're basically putting yourself at a backwards position. My next advice would be in class, know what type of student you are. I'll speak for myself. When I'm in class, I don't take notes. I know, it's weird, right? But the reason why is because I focus more on what the professor is saying. So basically, I'm listening to the professor, and then I'm trying to understand what he's saying instead of listening and write. I'm listening to understand, which is my advice for getting good grades. And lastly, study for your tests, time management, and you'll be good.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Kristen Barnes. I am a dentist, a general dentist, and I was asked, how did I become a dentist? How did I get here? Because traditionally with medicine, you think gynecologist, some sort of surgeon, things of that nature. So I actually just finished telling Ruth and Marilyn this story, but originally, growing up, I wanted to be a neonatologist. And for those who don't know what that is, it is a doctor that takes care of sick, premature babies. That was the only thing I ever wanted to do. I wanted to go to medical school and become a neonatologist. However, one thing that I didn't realize was how diverse medicine is. And within medicine, not only is there medical school and, becoming a surgeon or becoming a neurologist or anything like that, there's also pharmacists, there are also chiropractors, there's also doctors of physical therapy, there are also dentists. And so what I would encourage all of you to do is really explore all the different sectors of medicine and figure out what works best for my lifestyle and the life that I want to live. Do I want to be a surgeon? Do I want to be a chiropractor who, helps adjust people's spine and, makes them feel better? Do I want to be a physical therapist, helping people recover after surgeries or accidents? Or do I want to be a dentist who can either be strictly doing, root canals all day or doing oral surgery and putting people's faces back together? Or do I want to do cosmetic dentistry where I'm transforming people's smiles? There's so many different options in medicine. And I encourage you all to talk to people. And just like this event, this was awesome. So you could talk to people from many different sectors of different careers and really try and figure out, okay, everything sounds great about going into medicine, but okay, what really interests me? What will I enjoy doing every day? And so that is the advice that was given to me, and that's how I came upon dentistry. And thank you, guys.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Becky. I will just tell you a little bit about myself for those that don't know me. I am married. I have 3 boys. One of the boys is in college. 2 are in 1st grade. I know. So this is, so everything we are saying here is do as I say, right? Not as I do, right? That's what you said. That's what we're supposed to, right? As I say. So that my story is long. I can super summarize it with a quote. I every now and then go on social media and find these really inspiring quotes, and then this one is really what describes me, and then I'll tell you why. I was born with something inside me that refuses to settle for average. I don't know what it is, but I am grateful I have it. So I like that quote. I would send it to every young person that is here. I did not know who our audience was going to be, because that kind of usually, lets you know what kind of speech you need to give. Since we have a lot of young people in here, I want to switch my speech in just a teeny bit way and say this much. I am a nurse practitioner by profession. I went ahead and got my doctoral degree in that, so they call me DNP, Dr. Becky, but I'm not medical like Dr. Eddie. So there's a distinction, and it's important to know the distinctions, okay? When I was going to school, I was obsessed with just making 6 figures. I was determined to make 6 figures. I had it in me, and I said, the minute I get the job that will pay me 6 figures. Y'all know what 6 figures is, right? So the minute I get that job, I'll be set. And so I worked hard, and I got my first job. And I told them, I will not take less than 6 figures. So I'm thinking, they're probably not going to give me the job. I'm like, okay, yeah, you got it. I'm like, what? So I got the job, making 6 figures. So I knew life would be good. I would never have to complain ever again because I got what I wanted, right? But remember what I just read to you. I was born with something inside me that refuses to settle for average. So my son that is in college, some of you know him, Collins, I always tell him, this is my favorite quote to every young one, don't settle. Even when you think you have reached, don't settle. There is always somewhere else to go. And so to illustrate that, even though I'm a nurse practitioner, long story short, I wasn't too happy with my 6-figure job after a while because I was like, this is it? No, this can't be it. And so I started thinking in terms of, this is all I will ever make. I did the math and said if I worked for 30 years and they gave me the maximum increased salary, which is usually 6% of what you make, in 30 years when I'm ready to retire, I knew exactly what I was going to make. And I was like, this is it. So I shifted my thinking. I ventured and I went into business. So officially, I am a business person now. I own a practice. I own 2 practices, North Texas Behavioral Clinic. And so I would have thought when I went to work for myself that that would be it, that I would be happy, right? You see the trend, right? You're seeing my trend. Well, now I'm still in this right here. I am not going to settle for as long as I have strength and sanity and a clear mind. I will continue to work hard to get to the next level. I want to leave that there for just a minute and talk a little bit, only 2 minutes, to the young ones. What gives you the drive? What gives any individual the drive to do what they want to do? So it's a few things. I made 6 points. Point number 1, you, the individual, has to make a choice as to what you want to do, what you want to be, where you want to be in life. Can nobody make that for you? Parents, I know you. We all want our kids to be doctors, right? If it comes from the child, if it comes from the person, they're more likely to succeed in that which they picked. Choice is important in so many things, in career, in friends. The friends you pick, you guys, will determine where you go or what happens in your life. Spouses, the spouse you pick will determine how far you progress in life, because if you pick a spouse that is not supportive of your dream, it becomes a hassle. So making the right choice is the first thing I would say. The second one is be intentional about the choice that you make. Things just don't happen. You work hard at it, and you're intentional about working at it. That means you go do your research. What does it take to do this? What do I need to do? Who do I need to talk to? The third one, have the zeal. Do you have the drive to get to where, or to do what you want to do? And the fifth one is, how much are you willing to work hard to get what you want? Nothing really honestly comes easy. It's all hard work. I go to bed at 4 in the morning. When everybody's sleeping, I'm still up surfing on the internet, seeing what is there. And then I still have to go to work in the morning. So, and then number 6 is, whatever it is that you choose to do, please try and do the best that you can. I'm going to leave you with this. Martin Luther King once said, whatever your job may be, even if your job is sweeping the streets of Dallas, sweep the streets of Dallas the best that you can, so that if anybody walks over there and sees, they'll go, whoa, who swept these streets? And they'll be like, I did. I swept the streets. Take pride in what you do and be the best at what it is that you want to be. I went a little longer. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone who has done a spotlight here, from the college students to Dr. Pecky. That was great. You know, this is one of our objectives, to share knowledge. And actually, we have really shared it. You guys, you have shared. Now, this time we are going to have an activity, a very quick one. Dr. Banis is here representing their clinic. And would I be wrong to say your boss is Chuma or your partners? Okay, we have Dr. Chuma, Dan Chuma. He's one of the doctors in this community who is a dentist, and he has done a lot. One time he came to our church, and he did clean people teeth for free. And he's a friend. I always go there for teeth. Can I call it teeth care? I don't know what they describe. I'm not a medical person. And last time I took my children there, my two girls there, she's the one who attended them, and she did great. Now, I would like to say thank you for you and Dr. Chuma and your clinic. And the guys, if you need a doctor who can take care of your teeth, she's here, and Dr. Chuma is here right now. There's a mic there.
Okay, so all of you should have received a ticket, and with me I have these Oral-B IO electronic toothbrushes. These are valued at over $300, and so yeah, and also there's like additional stuff like mouthwash and whatnot, and just a quick insert because I am a dentist and oral hygiene is really important to me. Always, always use an electronic toothbrush. That is my #1 advice to all my patients. Electronic toothbrushes are the way. With that being said, I'm going to draw a number. And so if everyone could look at their tickets, I'm going to call out the last 3 digits. And if that's you, you can come and get your toothbrush, okay? Last 3 digits are 573. 573, is that you? Yay! Come get your toothbrush. Okay, and one more. $589. 589. Is that you? Oh, congratulations. Thank you.
So we're going to switch over to the next portion of the program. And this is an absolute pleasure to introduce the keynote speaker. As you can see, it's going to be more interactive, conversation style, and we'll hopefully have some questions from the audience as well. The next keynote speaker is Daniel. Daniel hails from the West African country of Cameroon. I actually met him in 2018, right before our wedding, and he was introduced to me by one of my friends from church. I heard that there's this guy that makes suits in Dallas, and you really have to meet him. And so ever since then, he's been a good friend. He's supported our communities in different events. He's a very humble man. He'll share a lot of his background, and I think you guys will find him very engaging and interesting. He does fashion design. He's one of the world's top fashion designers. He's won several awards. He does have a background in MBA. He'll go into that more about how he's able to make that transition. He puts on suits on some of the most famous people in the world, anywhere from Joel Austin to Puff Daddy or P. Diddy, to Tyra Banks and a lot of other professional celebrities. So I'm honored to introduce my friend Daniel Mofor of Don Morphy. Please come to the stage, and thanks for making time for us. So a round of applause for him. Thank you. So we'll just start off with some easy questions, Daniel, or Don Morphy or Danny. Just tell us a little bit about who you are, your background, and how you ended up doing what you're doing. and we'll kind of keep dissecting as the conversation goes on.
Thank you. And I want to thank everyone for coming. I'm honored to be here, When Eddie told me about this, I didn't know what it was. And when I did some research, and I love what you guys do, supporting the community, and not only the community, the younger kids, the younger generation. Again, my name is Daniel Mofo. I am originally from Cameroon in West Africa. I have been in the States for about 20 years. So when I came to the United States, I went to Houston, Texas Southern University. That's when I got my degree in computer engineering. Then I moved to Arkansas. I worked at Walmart, their headquarters in Arkansas. I was a computer engineer out there for 13 years. During that time, I did my MBA too. So I have an MBA at University of Phoenix when I was in Arkansas working for Walmart. Then 2017, that is when I decided to follow my passion. My passion is fashion. Fashion is something that I have loved all my life, ever since I was like little, when I was in college, back home, I wanted to be the best dressed in the class, So that's when I decided to follow my passion, and I started my company, Don Murphy. We are based here in Dallas, and we cater to customers all over the world. Yeah.
No, that's a very interesting jump. So let me just back up a little bit, because I'm sure a lot of people are wondering this. From the outside looking in, it seems like you would have achieved the African dream, the African immigrant dream. Get a master's, do computer engineering, work for a big corporation like Walmart. So tell me how you were able to do that. Was that not a dream or a passion? Or how do you make the transition? And more interestingly enough, also, how does the family, kind of play into that in terms of what your dreams were during your corporate career to now, quote unquote, I'm leaving my dream now?
Inside this setting, I guess everybody should know that most of us from Africa, when we come here, our parents want us to be a doctor, an engineer, they want us to go to school and be that the big name in school. Same with me. When I was coming here, my dad wanted me to be an engineer or a doctor. When I came to the United States, I thought I was going to be a pharmacist, So when I went to college, I did all the biology prerequisites. Then also, I was like, okay, computer is a little bit easier for me. So that's when I did computer engineering. But back to the point, our parents wanted us to do engineering, be a doctor and all that. But that's not what I loved, I didn't like it,
But I would assume you're good at it if you're able to dissect computers and design.
Yes, I was very good at it. And not only that, I was making a lot of money, At Walmart, I was making probably like $150,000, I did not like it. And I knew I did not like it because 2017, when I moved here in Dallas, my manager, he called me and he was like, we don't want you to quit, go ahead and work from home, and you'll still be good, And being at Walmart for 13 years, I was like the lead in my team. I could have, worked from home and do nothing because I had my vendors doing all the work and also the younger teammate doing all the work. I could have done that, like work from home and do nothing and still gotten paid. But I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. That's when I knew that, okay, it's not about the money, sometimes it's about, what you love doing.
So I just want to highlight those two important things just from your story in the first couple minutes. So it's not about, and for the young people that are listening, it's not about the money, and it's not always about what your parents want you to do. And that sometimes can be radical thinking, especially in the African community and where we come from. And so transition me how you are able to even have such conversations. It sounds like your dad was a huge influence in your life. How do you sit down in our language? We say, how do you sit down with a mzee, meaning the respectable old man, and tell him now you're just gonna sell suits? But remember, you were also selling shoes from the back of your car. So you've left $150,000 behind. You're in some boots of a car somewhere, I'm just trying to picture you, and you're selling shoes. In Kenya, that seems like being juakali is the term we use, sort of like being on the streets, but just kind of walk us through that transition so we can understand.
For me, I think in this world, there are two kinds of people, There are followers and they are like leaders, There are people that they're going to be satisfied, working for like a corporate environment for the rest of their life. There are some people that, they don't want to do that. They want to lead. They want to have their own business, I am more of the business kind of person because the Don Murphy is not even my first business. So a lot of people don't even know this, if you go online and you Google me, you see all kinds of stories, all kinds of stories. But nobody knew that before Don Murphy, I had other small business. This is probably the first time you're hearing it. I had a small cafe called Cafe Waza back in Arkansas. So when I was still working at Walmart, I started that small business, a small cafe on the side. I had some people doing it, and I was just, coming to check up on it. And the reason I started the business was, as I said, I've always wanted to do something on the side, And I did not want to do Don Murphy, like the clothing business in Arkansas, because have anyone out here gone to Arkansas?
I don't think you'll offend anyone by saying what it's like. So.
When you talk about Arkansas, you don't talk about fashion. There's no relationship, There's no. So in Arkansas, I wanted to start something on the side, but I didn't want to do the fashion because I knew if I do anything fashion related in Arkansas, it's not going to work because nobody there really cares about fashion. So I wanted to start a business, and I was like, okay, let me start a cafe. I started that cafe, but in about 2.5, 3 years, it fell. So at that time, I was like, okay, you know what? Let me do what I love doing, which is my passion. So at that point, I was like, I'll do my passion, and if it fails again, at least I know that I did what I love doing and it didn't work. That's why transitioning from a big time job to the Don Murphy, I was like, okay, I don't care, let me do it,
So failure is part of success in a way, is what you're saying.
Of course. Yeah. And failure is part of success if you learn from the failure. And if you want, I can go a little bit into like what I learned from the cafe to Don Murphy. Anyway, let me just go into it. So the three things that I learned when my cafe didn't work, the first thing was passion. I didn't have no passion with the cafe. For me, I love to eat, but I don't know how to cook, I didn't have no passion, The second was knowledge. I didn't have any knowledge about, the food business, like how to do, because I sold, in the cafe, they sold crepes and smoothie. Even like the days that my employees are had to call off, I had to probably beg them, like, please, can you come? I'll pay you time on the half, because I could not even go there and do it myself. So you have to have that knowledge. Then the third thing was confidence. If you don't have knowledge, you won't have confidence. Confidence gives you that knowledge. So those three things, when my business failed in the cafe, when I was doing Don Murphy, I was like, okay, those three things, I have to check them up, Number one, the passion. Passion is very, very important, No,
thanks, and I'm not going to let you off the hook, at least until you answer this question. So I'm going to backtrack, because I really want you to reenact this conversation with your dad or your family.
Okay.
And when you're telling them that, I'm going to give up the African dream, right? They took you from Cameroon, brought you here. Tell us more about that conversation.
Yeah, my dad, up until probably 2 years ago, he was still asking me, how is your business? How is the Don Murphy? Is it going well? Because for him, he still wanted me to, he wants something that is very secure, the Walmart. He said Walmart was the biggest company in the world. You are an engineer at Walmart. Why don't you just stay there? I was like, no. And I was lucky because my mom supported me, My mom is more of like a business person, So she was the one supporting me, It was a difficult conversation with my dad. And to be truthful, I did not even tell my dad that I left Walmart probably like a year and a half. I just told him that I was in Dallas working from home. He didn't really know. Until things started going well. That's when I told him that, okay, I don't see work at Walmart. I'm doing my own thing. So yeah, it was a difficult conversation.
Yeah, given your successful journey, which I've heard your story several times and I'm always really impressed, what are the things in life that keep you balanced?
For me, there are two things. Faith, family, which is one of them. Then also exercising, because everybody has something that always keeps them balanced. Some people is faith, some people is like fasting, some people is, but for me, it's exercising, running, I'm a runner. The last time I called you, I told you that I have hamstring injury, So for me, it's, as I said, faith, family, and also exercising. Exercise really helps me, keeps me balanced, keeps me focused, and also that's where I have my creative times,
Very good. So you've been all over the world. We're just kind of talking about your trips to Italy a few minutes ago. And you've met some very interesting people, right? We've talked about meeting Denzel Washington. We've talked about meeting people like P. Diddy or Pastor Joel Austin. Really a myriad of like different personalities. So tell us, as an African immigrant, how do you feel in the presence of people like that to be able to feel like you belong, knowing your journey from where we come back from, home, and being where we are, and just kind of talk us through your first experience, maybe meeting quote unquote that famous person, how you handled it back then versus how you handle it now. What have you learned in the process?
It's knowledge for me, knowledge and confidence, Because when I wanted to start Don Murphy, I was thinking that, okay, when it comes to men's fashion, who are the best? And you know that the Italians are the best. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna go to New York. I'm not gonna go to Las Vegas, as most of my friends told me to go. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to Italy. I'm gonna learn from the best. When you learn from the best, you have confidence. Confidence is key. Confidence is key when you have a small business, because when things don't go well, what carries you during the downtime is the confidence. So meeting all these people, I know that, I know my stuff, I learn from the best. It's like you, learning from, for example, if you're a musician, if you learn from Michael Jackson, and if you go somewhere, you meet people, in the back of your mind, you'll be like, okay, I learned from the best. I know what I'm doing. So meeting all these people, I have the confidence. I know I do belong.
I feel like I would faint and scream if I met Denzel Washington, so no, you handled it pretty well.
Yeah, just to switch gears a little bit, I know as part of your business you work with your family. We've met your sister who works with you. I think she's your operational officer, and your sons as well model for you. So how has it been working with family? I think in our communities a lot of people struggle with that, just involving family in their businesses. So just give people advice as to how you're able to navigate working with your family members.
Mine, I think, is just luck that they have the passion too. Especially my sons, my sons, because a lot of people, they try to force their sons to do what they do, But I'm very lucky in that sense, My kids, they love it, So I don't really have to force them.
So they're not going to do computer engineering.
No, when it comes to what they want to do, I'm going to let them do whatever they want to do. I'm talking about the Don Murphy now, They love to dress up right now. They love to go out there, take pictures. They love to come, because during the summer they come and walk there. Like every Monday, they come and walk. So they love that. And also my sister, she is very passionate about the business too. So in that sense, I'm very lucky to have my family, they love the business.
And you're quite involved in the community. This is not your first event. I can recall you helped us out with our Seventh-day Adventist Church fundraiser. We've talked about some of the internships that you have for young people. I've met some interns in your place. So talk a little bit about what community service means for you, and why is it important to give back at the level that you are, and then just follow that up with maybe sharing about opportunities for, any teenager that may be here looking for a summer gig, and how they can go forward towards, working with you, for example.
Yeah, giving back to the community, it means a lot to me, I have several charities that I am very involved with, especially back in Cameroon, and also some of the Cameroonian charities here. I do support my African group women. It's like a community in here, but they are from Cameroon, so I'm very involved with them. I donate, and supporting especially our youth coming from Africa is so important to me, because some of the kids here, they come here without no parents or no guardians, So the only thing to do is to support them, because I myself, I had a lot of people that supported me when I started my business, so it's only the right thing to give back. And talking about Don Murphy, we usually have a lot of internships for kids, college. So if you're ever looking to apply for an internship, I can give you my card, after this, or you can just send an email to info@donmurphy.com. So info@donmurphy.com.
Thank you for that. I'm sure a lot of students will benefit from that. Just to go back to your business, so how are you able to market your business? I think that's a challenge for a lot of people. You can start a business, but how do you actually get more business to expand and grow your business? From your first suit to now, I'm sure you've done thousands.
Marketing right now is the easiest thing because of social media. You know, when I started my business five years ago, it was not like that. You know, you had to go and, you know, pay for ads, Google ads, you know, Facebook ads, you know, like, or like get like a marketing company. You have to spend money to make money. But nowadays, with social media, the world is wide open. You know, you can be in Africa, you can be in Asia, you can be wherever. So far as your product is good, you know, you can put it out there. So right now, social media is very, very important, you know, for those trying to start a business. You know, you just have to go out there and put out good content, you know, good content. So you don't have to have money, you know, it's just to go out there, as I said, put out good content.
Okay, that's good in terms of marketing, but what about actually getting funding for starting your business? Were you able to go to a bank and get this money, or did you have a lot of cash reserves from your job? Because I think a lot of people struggle with when you start a business and you might not have a lot of, you have a lot of operating expenses, but you don't have the income, you know, to actually pay for them.
The funny thing is, when I started my cafe, I had $40,000 and I went to the bank and got $30,000 and I started my cafe. But in 2 years, it went all down. But Don Murphy, I didn't start with anything. Yeah, so lucky enough, I am, you know, here now. But talking about that, the most, or like the easiest way to get information for funding is to just go to your small business administration. It is everywhere. If you just go now and Google small business administration in your area, and it is free for everyone. Just go in there, and they're gonna give you like they're gonna help you actually apply for like your LLC. They're gonna help you, tell you which loans to apply for or which grants to apply for. So small business administration is the place to go. So get
this is like I'm trying to understand that a little more. It's not a bank; it's a service.
It's a service. Yes, it's a
that's
service
offered by.
Yes, and yes, it's a service, and they would also tell you like the best banks to go to apply for like the loans. So small business administration. Yeah.
Just to kind of take another back step here. So you've made some good choices, and to be successful to kind of being where you are now. Just a two-part question. One, you've kind of seen the audience and you can almost guess the age, maybe average teenagers. So going back and putting yourself in our audience's shoes, one, what advice would you give a young Daniel, knowing what you know now? So that's number one. And then number two, things that you may have regretted in your rise in the profession to where you are now that you could undo or redo?
Advice for my younger self would be, you know, follow your passion. Because, as I said, I had to work at Walmart, had to do the cafe. You know, it was a little bit late, you know, which I also gained some experience, you know. But for my younger self, I'll be like, follow your passion. Passion is so important. Passion is so important. I used to remember when I had that cafe, as I said, I was working at Walmart 9 to 5. I'll do 9 to 5, then I come back home and I will try to follow up on what happened at the cafe. I'll do that for like 2 hours and I was so tired. When I started Don Murphy, I'll do 9 to 5. I come home, I do like 8 straight hours. But because of my passion, I wasn't tired. So passion is very important. It gives you that energy. And when things are not going well, you're going to have the drive to keep going. So my younger self, I'll be like, okay, follow passion. Then your other question was like something that I regret, right? That would be doing things well the first time. Yes, because in business, there is no shortcuts. You know, there's no shortcuts. Especially for us, like Africans, you know, a lot of times we want to do things. In Cameroon, they call it patch patch. You want to do things, you don't want to spend money, you know. Yeah, so when I started, you know, like my website, my first website, I didn't really take my time or spend a lot of money. But 2 years down the road, I went back and spent a lot of money. And if I could have spent that money the first time, that would have like saved me a lot. So for my younger self, I mean, for what I regret is never, there's no shortcut, you know, always do something right the first time.
And then just on a lighter note in terms of questions, this is a silly one, but just talk about your your top 3 interesting clients. And what, and no, I think he wants to say their names, right? So just, and then why? Just so we can at least, I guess what I'm trying to get the audience to understand is, you know, I don't know that people understand when they see a suit, you know, on a rack, right? People just go and buy. But I think there's a process to it. And I can imagine dealing with personalities, some of which may be, I don't like this material, I don't like this color, you made this for me, this is not what I chose. There's gotta be aspects to your job that can be technically challenging. I'm just trying to understand, how do you navigate that, and are there clients that kinda, you know, make your job more interesting, I guess is what I would say.
So what I've realized is that when it comes to us, you know, the people that pay the least amount of money, they give us the greatest headache. The ones with the discounts, you know, the people that pay the least amount of money, they give us the greatest headache. But my top 3 clients, I think the first one is TD Jakes. Yeah, so TD Jakes, I do most of his suits. I think I've done probably like 30 suits for him. But he loves clothes, you know. I can pick up my phone right now. I text him, we're going to talk about clothes, you know. He loves clothes. He knows everything that he wants, the details, the pattern of the fabric, the texture, he knows everything. And also he pushes me. He pushes me because he always wants something different, you know. Like when I go to Italy, he will text me, he's like, okay, what did you see? You know, what are you coming up with? You know, so for that I like about him. Then P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, yeah, he was very. He's a quiet person, you know. Yeah, no, very reserved, you know, very quiet, you know, and he's very easygoing, you know. Because usually when I look at him on TV, you know, he looks like a very, you know, hyper guy, but he's the opposite. He's the opposite. Then Dwight Howard, he's very funny. He's very funny, always making jokes. So yeah, I love him. Yeah.
Earlier on, you talked about working from 9 to 5 and then going back home and working. So as an entrepreneur, you probably put in a lot of hours. So how do you ensure that you maintain a good work-life balance to spend time with your boys and, with your family?
Yes. So work-life balance is very important, for me, for my team, So I always make sure that, especially for me, I always make sure that I have time for, myself, family, and also time to work out. I love to work out, as I said. What gives me a steady mind, is, running. So that is always included in my schedule. Once we are doing schedule, I always want to make sure that, I have that time, because you can work too much and burn out and burn yourself without even knowing. And also, like having a small business, you work all the time. You work all the time. So what helps me, gives me that work-life balance is always put it in my schedule, the time off, and so.
No, thank you very much. Before we let you off the hook, I just wanted to open the floor to some audience questions, if that's okay. As you can tell, he's quite open, so don't be shy about asking anything. And I'm hoping we can at least get maybe even 3 to 5 questions from the audience. And I don't know if...
This one.
Okay, so I guess we'll pass that one. There you go.
What's your favorite NBA team?
Hello. That's a good question. I love the LA Lakers because of LeBron.
Go ahead, Sonny.
Yeah, I'm curious, at what point did you realize you were going from trying to make it work to just knowing how big it was going to be? Because you said about selling the shoes out the back of your vehicle. There had to be a moment where, I guess, maybe when you talked to your dad, there had to be a point where you said, okay, I'm kind of out of that failure phase and into being passionate about what you want to do and making a living.
I think the point for me was when I won the FGI award. So I won the FGI award, which was the designer of the world, the designer of the best designer in the United States. That was 2019. It was actually given to me by Tommy Hilfiger. So that was the first time a Dallas designer ever won that award in New York. So when I won that award, I was like, okay, I think I know what I'm doing. So I think good things are going to come from here. So that was a moment.
Great. We still have time for more questions. The good old money question, the good old money question.
Fashion designers, I know it depends. That's a tough question. I think it's just depending on, for me, I think depending on like the yearly sales, you know, but to put like a number around like the money that fashion designers like make, I am not sure. But it's a good field. It's a good field.
Six figures, you'd say at least, going back to her story. 6 figures at least.
Probably 8 figures or more. Yeah.
Good. We need some questions from this side.
What made you want to do fashion?
Fashion is something that I love. When I was like you, as I said, I wanted to be the best dressed guy in the whole room, you know. So it's something that I enjoy, you know. It gives me happiness. So it's just passion. That's why I chose to do fashion.
What goals do you have moving forward, if you'd like to share?
Sure. Right now we have a showroom here in Dallas. It's a big showroom. 3 to 5 years, we wanna have showrooms in at least 10 to 15 big cities. Next year we're gonna be opening new locations. So our short-term goal, 3 to 5 years, is to have big showrooms in the major cities in the United States.
Okay, it's 2 questions. One, do you just focus on suits or you do jerseys too? And what is the age group? And then, do you do ladies or do you have somebody that you promote it with that does the ladies one, ladies fashion?
Your first question, we do anything formal, from suits, shirts, pants, shoes. So, and age group, we do whatever age, even from like 6 month old kid to, you know, whatever age, like grandpa, you know, we do yeah, all ages. Then talking about women, we do women's suits too. I have actually dressed up Tyra Banks. I've dressed up Nicole Murphy. I've dressed up the lady with Destiny's Child, not Beyonce, but the other ones. Yes, Latoya. Yeah, I've dressed her up. So we do women's suits too. Yes. Yeah.
I have a question. So I know how you have your own business and how, I'm just questioning how were you able to control yourself from keeping yourself controlled from this situation of stress and not keeping yourself from overwhelmed, and how like the days and nights, how many days and nights you had to stay up just to, you know, keep that steady control of business and everything with life?
Mine, as I said, is, you know, I always make sure I have that time for my running. Running is what gives me that balance, you know. So when I run, that's when I relax. That's when I think, you know. So running, workout, you know, I always put that in my schedule. That helps me with the stress, you know, because owning a business is not easy, you know. So for me, I think that you should always try to exercise a lot, you know. Some people, they don't like exercise. You can do meditation, you know. Oh, yeah, for me, it's exercising.
Okay, good. I think we have time for a couple more questions. You may have to walk towards me.
So, I mean, you're scared as when you're talking about your clientele, the fellows whom you make clothes for. Do you have any that we can come and check, I mean, for us, the folks of this kind? Can we fit into your list of the fellows who may buy from you?
Of course. We make suits for everyone. it depends on, you know, your budget, because we have about 20,000 fabrics. All the fabrics are different prices. So when you come to our showroom, we'll ask you, like, how much are you wanting to spend? Although we have a minimum, but I think we can cater to everyone in here.
And just for proof that non-celebrities can wear his clothes, my dad actually is wearing one of the shirts, so feel free to ask him about the African discount. Yeah. 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 So he makes clothes for everyone. Yeah. Other questions? Anything from this side? I feel like this side has, yeah. And then we'll start wrapping it up here in a couple minutes.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. Dan, my only question will be, in this business, you've been there about 5 years now, approximately. Some of us in here have businesses that are different in nature than they're not about fabric. Is there any partnership that you can give to any of the, especially African businesses, that can help promote and increase in terms of sales and in terms of growing in that capacity for business?
That's a very, very good question. You know, if we didn't have questions like at the end, I would have actually talked about this. So that's a very good question. There are a couple of things that I'm going to share. The first being branding. You know, a lot of us, we don't pay too much attention to branding. Branding is, for me, branding is a key of a business. Branding is the way you present your business, the way you package your business. Usually, when I hire like new employees, I have this exercise that I go over with them. I take a suit, I put the suit on 3 hangers. The first one is a very, very cheap hanger. I'll put the suit and I'll be like, okay, how much do you think this is? They'll be like, okay, it is $300. I'll put it in the next hanger, which is a nicer hanger. I'll be like, how much is this? They'll be like, it is $700. Then I'll put it on the last hanger, very, very nice, wooden, big. I'll be like, how much is this? They'll be like, $1,500. So the way you package yourself, the way you brand yourself, that is going to make or break your business. That is what I think. For example, if you see like a T-shirt from like Zara and a T-shirt from like Louis Vuitton, if you remove the T-shirt, for me, it's almost the same. The quality, maybe the Louis Vuitton one is just a little bit better, but they're going to sell the Zara one for like $30. They sell the other one for like $300 because of the packaging, the way they brand it, you know. So a lot of times you just have to spend just a little bit more to brand yourself better, you know. So presentation is, for me, is the key. Yes, we have to pay attention to presentation, to the way we present our business. So for like your business, you have to start with your website. Make sure that your website is very good, very good. I used to tell some of my friends that, you know, make your website look bigger than like your business. When somebody goes on your website, they'll be like, okay, this is a $1 million business. They don't know it's owned by you, you know. The pictures have to be professional, you know. Everything has to be like top notch. So always put in a little more, you know, towards presentation, towards branding. That's going to increase your sales a lot. Even people coming to hire you, when they come and see the way your business is set up, they're going to pay you more. You can even ask Dr. Eddie, when you come to our showroom, just the way it looks, you know you're not coming here to buy a suit for $500 or even $800, you know, just the way it is presented, you know. So always try to spend a little bit more to present your company better.
Perfect. Other questions at all? Okay. Take a couple more here.
What was it like working with Tyra Banks?
Tyra Banks. She's fun. She's fun. She's, how can I put it? She's very jovial, you know, because I've done 2 projects with her. The first time was in LA. When she came there, you know, she went around, you know, to like greet everyone, you know. Then the second time we went to her house, you know, she actually made us dinner. So she's a very nice person, you know. I haven't spent a lot of time with her, but just a few times I've been with her, I think she's a very nice person. Yeah.
Thank you. Other questions at all? All right, we'll take the last one from the young man. He wants to ask a different question.
Is your business international? Like, if I go to Kenya, can I go buy it there?
He wants more than the 10 to 11 shops. He wants a Nairobi shop.
Yes, we have a showroom here in Dallas, but we cater to customers all over the world, all over the world. I know like last weekend, we had like 2 weddings. One was in Egypt, one was in the UK. So we have customers all over the world. The way we are set up for, you can do virtual consultations, you know. You can do measurements over the phone. So you don't have to be here in Dallas. You can be in Kenya, and we can, you know, take care of you. So.
All right, so a big hand of applause for our keynote speaker. So thanks again, Danny, for making time. I think you've most definitely inspired somebody today.
Thank you for having me. And next year, if you need me to do whatever, I'm gonna be, you know, part of this. So I love what you're doing, and yeah.
Absolutely, thank you. And as a token of our appreciation, we wanted to honor a guest speaker. And so as a board, we came up with, you know, there's very few things we can offer you, but we thought that a token of our appreciation is to present you with our 6th annual TEXKEN plaque, something you can hang in your office, which may also generate more interesting conversations. But thank you for your dedication to the community. Thank you for helping serve. And more importantly, thank you for meeting our mission by helping inspire young adults to be future independent, successful people. Thank you, Danny.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody, again. I think we have come to the time whereby we're going to recognize those students that were chosen by the board to be given some scores. But before we do that, we are very fortunate and very lucky to have everybody attend our Gala today. And first, my names are Evans Monene. I'm the treasurer. I usually send you a text or send you a group text so that you can be able to give you a donation. And through your donation, you have made this thing to be very successful. I thank you very much for your determination and commitment. It's because you are here, and it is because you have sent in your donation that we have made this a success as it is today. Having said that, we are very fortunate to have a donor from Dr. Chuma and Dr. Fanis. Because what you have done, you know, they were inspired also to come and add some more funds to our account. I don't want to explain what it is. I think I can call our board to come back here and do that. Dr. Fanis.
Thank you. So, Dr. Juma, who is not able to be here tonight, I work with him, and he is also Kenyan, for those who don't know. For those who don't know, I am not Kenyan. I don't know if that's obvious, but I'm Jamaican. But I am a huge supporter of organizations such as this, and Dr. Juma, of course, is really wanting to be involved. And so he came to me sometime last week and was like, you know, Dr. Kristen, I really want to do something more for this organization. And he decided that he wanted to donate $2,500 to the scholarship fund. So I have this check here, and I'm going to give it to you. Dr. Juma did have very specific specifications, though. There were two specifications. One is that it would be named after his mother and his father, who recently passed away, and he's still grieving that very deeply, of course. Elizabeth and Washington Juma. And then his other requirement was that it is a scholarship that is not awarded solely on academic accomplishments. So it's not just, okay, are your grades great? It's also, are you giving back to your community? Are you involved? What are you doing outside of school? How are you spending your time? And also, have you had a few circumstances that you had to overcome in order to get those grades, in order to be involved in those sports, in order to be involved in your community? Those were his two qualifications. And so the scholarships for this year have already been decided, and they're going to be awarded shortly. But this money will go towards the scholarships for next year. And I encourage everyone to apply, because it's not just if your SAT is the highest or if your GPA is the highest. It's also about how you are giving back to your community, just like this. And both Dr. Juma and I will be on the selection committee to select the student who receives this scholarship. And we are very excited. He just texted me and I updated him, and he is very excited and looking forward to it. So thank you all for the opportunity.
So good things are happening, and this is great encouragement, and we hope we'll have some people from the community that will do the same. And I think TEXKEN will keep on doing good things for the community. Without wasting time, I will hand the scholarship awards to Dr. Eddie and Selena to pick up from over there. Then after that, Dr. Tambo to give the awards for the college and the high school graduates.
All right, thanks everybody. Just another round of applause to Dr. Barnes and Dr. Juma. No, truly something magical is happening. I remember our first year that we were involved, you know, we had more scholarships to give than applicants. And we've really, truly made progress over the last few years that we have been fortunate to be a part of this. This year, I think, is probably the most competitive year that we've had up to date. We had 11 candidates that were interested, and 6 very, very competitive students and young adults applied for the scholarship. So this was not easy for the selection committee at all. I think any one of the 6 people is very deserving of this scholarship. There are no losers in this, just all winners. And so we just want to appreciate everybody that applied. We really had a fantastic time reading everybody's application, just knowing what a scholarship means to them, and just also seeing the passion that came towards people describing what they want to do. And I'm really encouraged with our young adults. There's a lot of humanity in all the applicants and just a desire to make the world a better place. So we're really, really fortunate to have young adults like that in our community. And so the criteria is somewhat merit-based. So we looked at the SAT scores and ACT scores. We looked at different GPAs, either on a 4.0 scale or a 0 to 100 scale. But also, more importantly, we looked at what did people do for community service projects. So it's one of the most overlooked things. What we're hoping to do is have leaders and professionals who are also looking to eventually come back, right? So like our guest speaker, he could have done other things with this Saturday night, but we're coming back to give back to the community. And that's really one of the core things for this scholarship, is not just giving money, but you will all go ahead and succeed, but we want you to come back and pave the way forward for future generation. So we did look at that, and also just what people wrote. I think it's always interesting. You can always tell there's people who give more detail than others, so the writing style also, those kind of things came into play. So without further ado, I'll announce the number 1 person. My wife will announce number 2 and number 3. Number 1, like we've summarized, gets $2,500. That's a lot of money. And the number 2 person gets $1,000. And then, I don't want to say last but not least, because there's no losers here really, and the number 3 person gets $500. So first, I think, let me do this differently. Let me just first start by announcing the other worthy and deserving candidates that may have not made the top 3 list, just so they can stand and we can acknowledge them and give them just a round of applause, because they're really talented. It's not a failure, like I said. So I don't know if Naisa Nyangaresi is here. If she is, please stand up. Okay, so thank you. And Caitlin Cole. Caitlin Cole. By the way, she has $63,000 worth of scholarships already. And she's going to University of Houston. So that's impressive. So that deserves a round of applause. And Courtney Machani. Again, another one of our talented young adults. He still has at least $20,000 worth of scholarship going to UT Austin. So that's the level of competition that we have this year. I mean, people that are not winning their award have scholarships at top universities in Texas. So without further ado, Peter Moses, stand up. Are you in the room? Peter Moses, Peter Moses. So you are the recipient of the number 1 award. So a little bit about Peter. So Peter has a 3.9 GPA. I'm a doctor and I did not even have that graduating high school. So that's very impressive. With an SAT score of 1390, he is interested in IT health informatics, and he will be enrolled at University of Arlington, unless that has changed. No, still the same plan? Okay, perfect. So come forward. So you're the recipient of our $2,500 scholarship. I don't know if we're handing out checks or placards, but oh, sorry, come back. I guess yeah. Don't worry, you'll eventually get to trade this in for the cash. So this is just a token for the picture, and you'll get your real check here soon.
Our second scholar is Precious Omoyo. Precious will be going to the University of Houston, and she'll be going to study biomedical engineering.
Congratulations. Yeah. Thank you.
Our third scholar is Stacy Mogambi. She'll be going to UNT. And she wants to be a lawyer.
That's it. I'll hand over to you, Dan. Thanks everybody.
Thank you, Dr. Eddie and Selena. I hope you are not going, Dr. because we need you back a little while. We are almost done. Thank you very much for being in that committee which did the evaluation of the applications, and you came up with those results. And I will say you were fair, even though the competition was very stiff. But I guess how we can address this in the near future, we get more money and more people applying, and then everybody gets it. I will tell you I'm in an organization which is called Underground Construction Technology in the North Texas. Last week we gave scholarships to students who are in college, 11 students. All those students who applied, we gave them scholarships. We had 5 who got 2,200 each, and 6 who got 1,600 each. So the scholarships are out there. Now, I would like to call upon my wife to help me here to recognize these students, the high school students who are here. If I don't have your name here, you can come later. I give you your certificate. Courtney Machani. Caitlin Baka. Precious Omoyo. Stacy Mugambi. Nais Nyangaresi. Naisa. And Peter Moses. Now, the next thing I would like to do here is to recognize the people who participated today. I might have forgotten you. If I did forget you, I can check you later. Now, I would like to start with my wife. There's no certificate here for her. She's the one who prepared for us the snacks there and the refreshment. I would like to say thank you. Stay here. Okay, now, these are the people who participated today, and we need to recognize them. And they are awesome. Dr. Chuma and Dr. Christine Banis. Thank you. Eddie, I would like to recognize you. Dr. Hedy and Selena. Dr. Becky, is she here? Becky? Maybe she left. Ronika Williams. Now, for those who don't know, Ronika Williams is a lawyer. You know, Kenya we call lawyer, but America we call them lawyer, say, attorney. So if you don't know Ronika, she has been in our community for a long time, and she used to be, I don't know if you are these days our lawyer in the church. He used to advise us. Thank you, Ronika. Dr. Daniel Silingi has come all the way from down there in Houston, and of course he's a pharmacist. Nyakundi, I'm sorry. I called you a different name. Okay, here is my friend. He's called Jared London. He's an engineer. And today they helped us when one of my friends who was not able to be here in time. Jared London. If you didn't know Jared London, Jared, please, if you can stand here a little bit. I want to introduce you, maybe Dr. He will not tell you this is dad, but I think he's proud of his dad. This is Dr. Hedi's dad, London, Jared London. Thank you, sir. Engineer Gesuma is not here, I guess. He left earlier. I've got the gentleman who is capturing what we are doing here and is sharing the information out there. HR, Jeremiah Ontiri. Thank you. Now, we had young people here. I had Eugene. You can come. Eugene, are you there? Ruth. Okay. Okay, there is one person here, is a doctor. For if you don't know her, during COVID, she was very useful in our community. Dr. If I can call you here, Dr. Agnes Aondo. So if you know her story, during COVID, she did free COVID test for those people who are traveling to Kenya and all over the world. So we really recognize you and keep doing the good job. I think it's this one. Thank you. Now, last but not least, where did this girl go? She's a college student, Marion Mochache. She was like our secretary today. We thought to recognize her. Yes, I think I would. Thank you. Let me stop here, and I would like to say thank you again, and may God bless you. I would like to hand it over to Grace. Grace Nyandika, and thereafter we'll have Pastor Osana to give us a closing prayer. Thank you very much.
Good evening. Yeah, my name is Grace Nyandika, and I'm so excited today because I see this organization is growing from one glory to another. What we had last year, this year is better than last year. The previous year is better than the other year. So we just encourage parents to try their best and make us be together and encourage young youths that are in the community so that they can know how to, they have talents that they can do. And even when they go to school, to college, they, at least when they have been mentored here or being advised, so they know what they are supposed to do, and even that will even help them not to join wrong company. They have the right company in their life. And it's really helping so much that our youth will try to work hard, especially in the community, doing other community services, and even doing things which they have not learned. You know, I'm so excited, and we pray that Lord will help us, that as we stay together, God will bind us together, and that's why the Word of God says that the family that prays together stays together. And we want, next year, we want to get more people to come in the board, and we try to raise money to make sure that many students get their scholarships. You know, this time we are giving just 3 or 4 students, but we need next year to try and give them 10 or 20 students to go. At least they will be happy to see that we have a community in Kenya or in Wakisi when, you know, they are coming up, so that we'll be catching up with the other tribes outside there who are doing better than us. So let's keep on growing and asking God to help us to do better than what we are doing now. And may God bless you so much. Thank you for coming. And please keep on coming. And we want to grow and have a large family. May God bless you so much. And thank you for coming today.
Good evening. Before I pray, I just want to say thank you and congratulations to all who are leaving high school to college. It goes very fast. Some of you told you, and it's true, it goes very fast. The steps of a good and righteous man are directed and established by God. I want to leave you something, and I'm going to pray. Never, ever, ever leave God. Never. There's a lot of things that happen out there, but hold on to God. Our guest speaker said here when he was asked, what holds you? He said, faith and family. He began with faith. There is a lot that you may find out there. But let me come from a spiritual perspective. Never, ever leave God. He will guide your steps. Now let me give something there. Scripture doesn't say the destiny of a righteous man, but the steps. Every day matters. Every step matters. Every little thing you do matters. The destiny that you're looking for is made with the step that you take today. And it's my humble prayer that enjoy that step. Because if you don't live in that step, this is, I say, if you don't enjoy your freshman, you're not going to enjoy your 4th year. Because once your freshman is gone, or it's gone, enjoy it. And so may the Lord be with you all. And all those here, Dr. Tambo, thank you for what you're doing and your committee, and may God bless you. Shall we pray? Our gracious and loving Father in heaven, thank you for the fellowship. Thank you for bringing us here together, Father, to celebrate steps that have been made from kindergarten all the way to another step of going to college. Father, we want to pray for each and every individual, some who are here, some who are not within, that you may be with them, that whatever they are going to do, Father, that they will look unto you, trust unto you, live with you, walk with you, because, Father, you are the one who establishes those steps. Thank you for all those who have given. Thank you for this gathering. And as we disperse tonight, Father, may you lead us safely, but never, ever from your presence. This is our prayer in Jesus' name. Amen.